Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Darts, episode 60. This is going to truly be an interesting episode. I promise you that. But before we jump into that, I really want to thank my sponsors, of course, Shot Darts, just an incredible darts manufacturer. If you guys haven't seen their lineup, go over to shotdarts.com. Check them out. And one of the beauties of Shot, and I've had some comments about this recently, is their pricing is static across the board. No matter what country you buy it in, it's basically sold to the distributor in the store at a certain price and marked up a specific price. So you're going to get the same thing. You don't have to necessarily price shop with them. You can shipping shop, you can, additional bonus shop, whatever a store is doing, but you're going to get the same price. And I would say, if you got a local store near you, go to them, buy it from them. Let's support the little guys. Let's support the local stores in whatever country you're in, whatever state you're in, wherever you might be. That's the beauty of Shot, is you're not going to get a bunch of price gouging or different prices here and there. You're going to get the same price no matter what, and you're going to get the quality that you expect to get from Shot Darts. Same thing with Magicwear. Wonderful jerseys, great quality, but you get those at magicwear.com. And, of course, you can get some really cool custom stuff. If you happen to catch the show earlier this week with Roy, he was wearing a shirt that was designed by Jennifer Mounts for his team and wearing a Magicwear jersey as well. And I also want to thank Condor Darts. They have come on board as a sponsor as well, and they do the all-in-one flight shaft system. And if you've been watching, a number of professional players lately have switched over and started using their product. Kim Hybricks is one that comes to mind. Devin Peterson, another one. And there are many others that are using their shaft and flight system. It's mainly the new Axe system that they came up with. I will say that when it first came out, had a little bit of issues with it, but they went back to the drawing board, fixed those issues as far as the brittleness of the flights, and put out an incredible product. And I've been using it personally for quite a while now. And I have hit more 180s with that particular product than anything else. And there is a slight flight trajectory learning curve with them, but once you get it, just smooth, nice, rolls off your finger right on into that 60. So thank you to my sponsors. Guys, make sure you're checking them out. All right, let's dive into today's show. So, as you guys know, from the marketing of pushing this out and from the bumper getting into this, the illustrious, I use that on Jennifer Mount, so I don't know that I can use that one. Maybe we won't go illustrious. We'll go the Queen of Darts herself, Sharon Butler, is supposed to join us, but, oh wait, she just messaged me. And her power's out. So anyway, we had this thing started and her power went out. And so maybe she'll join us here shortly. Hopefully everything will be back on, but her power went out right mid getting ready for this. And so she's dealing with that. But we're going to talk a little bit. Let's see if she pops on here in just a second. I'm going to message her back. But let's talk darts. I mean, there's been some cool things that have happened in the last 2 days. If you've been watching the Winter Series, some stuff to talk about there, and some stuff to talk about this morning that I've already watched. And let me just message her real quick. See if I can... We can still get Sharon to come join us. I'm pretty sure we're working on it. So with that said, guys, I don't know if you caught the Winter Series, but there is a Winter Series very much like the Summer Series going on right now on PDC. So just pdc.tv. It's the easiest way to watch the PDC matches. It's like $80 a year and you get to watch all the matches. They need to learn to do replays a little bit better. But the PDC's working on it. They'll get there. But it's just great. I mean, I watch them, my son, we watch them. Of course, sometimes we got to get up at like 4:00 in the morning to watch them, but they're live, they're there. You don't have to catch the replays. But of course, for some, replays aren't bad. If you're in Hawaii right now, you're probably still sleeping. But that's the best way to do it. PDC.TV. It's like $80. Can't hurt unless you get it live. If you're over in one of the countries that actually shows darts live, unlike America, good for you. We're jealous. But there goes Mrs. Atomic. We'll just let that roll. Okay, she's done. So if you hadn't caught this, Michael Smith, who was going on a 2-year drought of any win of any kind, won day 1 and day 2, back-to-back wins, actually back-to-back wins playing the same player in the finals, Jose de Sousa, who made it to the finals on day 1 and day 2. And he up until that point, I think he'd beaten Michael Smith more than Michael Smith had beaten him, but they'd only met like 2 or 3 times total, which always boggles my mind when these players who, like, it's like the commentators will be like, yeah, they've met each other twice in like 6 years. And you're like, oh, really? That's the year. But there's just that many players and good players out there. So big kudos and love from our household for Michael Smith, because Dylan is a huge Michael Smith fan. He actually plays his barrel currently. That's what he's throwing. And he's a big fan. So he was jumping for joy. I wish I'd gotten that on video because he was super excited about the fact that Michael Smith won. And then, of course, to win back-to-back is awesome. Day 3 is going on right now. First round is just wrapping up. And interestingly enough, and I'm trying to figure out where the hiccup is in this particular player's game. But Rob Cross went out first round, which a lot of people are not surprised at this point. His game's off, and I think it's more mental. His throw doesn't look like it's changed a whole lot. I think it's more just the mental aspect of his game. This is the, hey, let's throw our quarterback in that we just drafted situation and problem that we see in the NFL. I'm jumping over to some NFL talk here. Rob came into the sport on the professional level, with the PDC, came into the sport, did well right off the bat. And of course, first year as a full-time pro in the PDC, he wins the world championship. You get to the pinnacle first year, and sometimes that's tough, to keep that up. It's always in your head that, hey, I'm a world champ. I need to play to this. It's sometimes better to build up to that and then win it. And you have a better understanding of how to maintain it instead of getting it right off the bat. If you look at like NFL football players, predominantly quarterbacks, they get thrown in and they're the stars and money's thrown at them, and they do okay the first couple of games, and people think, oh, they're the savior. And then defenses learn how to read them, and they get their butts wiped by defenses regularly because they didn't get the prep time. And then we can talk about Patrick Mahomes, because Mahomes is my Mahomie. Sorry, I got to throw that out there. Yes, I'm a Chiefs fan, so I am thrilled that the Chiefs were smart enough to say, dude, let's sit him for a year behind Alex Smith, one of the greatest minds as a quarterback and understanding of how to read defenses and see the field. Really a great quarterback. Like San Francisco just didn't use him properly. It was horrible, like 7 coaches, we got him. We used him really well, and he did really well for the Chiefs. Of course, we started our winning ways with him, back to our winning ways. And he, Mahomes got to sit back and watch and then come in. And of course, we got a ring last year. We went to the AFC Championship the year before, and this year, just give us the ring now. We'll call it a day, like for the next 6 years, and we'll be good. So there's my football talk. And yes, the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl again this year. You heard it here. Not that everybody else isn't saying that. I'm just checking on Sharon here real quick. She's working on it. They literally lost power. I think she might jump on with her phone here in a minute. It was like, hey, let's do this. No power. So, all right, I have a question for you guys. We'll throw this in the comments. Morning, everybody. Morning. I am missing what has happened in Rob Cross' personal life and the threats against his family that can't be easy to come. So, Tammy, I have not heard anything about any threats against Rob Cross's family for doing well in darts. Curious, you brought it up. You put it in the comments. Tabby, could you please elaborate with us? Just drop a little bit more there because I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen any comments from the PDC on this. If anybody else knows anything in regards to Rob Cross being threatened, please drop some comments, and I'd love to hear about this. We should be talking about it for sure. And if anybody knows who's threatening him, put that out there too. Let's threaten them back. You don't mess with the darts community, man. Remember, we all carry sharp, pointy objects. It's old news. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember hearing anything about it, but there might have been a comment or something that was brought up. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. My personal thing with Rob is that there's just a little bit of a mental flux, and it may be a family thing. It may be something going on outside of darts that's getting him off. But it just looks like when he's at the board, there's just an uncomfortability with the decision making and the hand-eye coordination. So, all right, there's some. I hadn't heard about that either, but that sucks. Yes, Bob. Yeah, I had not heard about that, and I try and keep up with what's going on to the best of my ability. Oh, look, there's a Google thing on it. Okay. See, here in America, they just don't tell us these things. This is part of the problem. Yeah, Rob is a great guy. Super pleasant gentleman. And he was in Vegas one year when I was there. Got to bump into him and talk to him. It's funny. I got to bump into a lot of players. Well, when you hang around just like, and you look for them, you bump into them. Let me check on Sharon here real quick. Hey, Eugene. Yeah, Sharon says hi, but we're without power there. By the way, here is a trivia question. See if you guys can answer this. I was going to ask Sharon this, but I'll throw it out to you guys. Do you guys know what is round on both ends and high in the middle? Round on both ends and high in the middle. This is not a political. This is not a political show by any means, Joe. Not a political, but round on both ends and high in the middle. I get where you're going with that one, but that's not what we were doing here. So there was a stalker threatening him. See, I kind of remember for some reason something being brought up at a tournament, that he was at in regards to this, but that was like a long time ago, and I thought that was all resolved. I can't imagine that that's what's got him off at this point in time. I believe that was some time ago, and I'll have to look it up. But I believe that was all resolved, and it was found out to be just kind of a kooky person. But Snoop Dogg, he's high all over. So Bob, I have a buddy of mine that lives in Arizona who used to supply Snoop some of his weed. And yes, that boy when he is sober, he's still high. It's a 24/7 thing for him. But yeah, an old friend of mine used to supply him some of his weed. Now it's totally legal there, so it's like no big deal. But it's funny. I have a couple of friends that went on to do some very successful things in life that essentially were drug dealers when they were younger. And maybe there's something to that because you really learn how to read people and understand people. They probably would be great darts players. None of them play darts, unfortunately, but their ability to read situations is phenomenal, and understand, who's a legitimate customer and who's not. Yes, Mike, you are correct. Oh, high O is round on both ends and high in the middle. I learned that in 4th grade. My teacher, Mr. Grisho, who is probably no longer alive, but way to go, Mr. Grisho, from Tonalea Elementary in Scottsdale, Arizona. When we were learning the states, that was one of his little things. We were learning, memorizing all the states, and he was like, "Oh, hi, it's round on both sides and high in the middle." And it was actually a test question, and some people got it wrong. But if you supplied Snoop weed, he didn't retire early, and he's still working, but he didn't supply all of the weed for Snoop, so it was some of it. But you would think so. That's like if someone gave you a nickel for every time you said something, you would be a millionaire. Yeah, I mean, you would think if you were selling Snoop weed, you would have a ton of money. But typically, when you're doing that type of business, you're blowing a lot of money too. But yes, Ohio ran on both sides, high in the middle, and that was going to be my deal. I was just going to throw that out to Sharon because they live in Ohio. So I used to ask that question. I had a retail store. People come in and they'd be like, yeah, we're from Ohio, blah, blah, and I would throw that question out, and you'd be surprised. 1 out of 20, maybe got that. And I would offer them a discount. I'd be like, yo, what's round on both sides, high in the middle? So anyway, Ohio. Gotta like Ohio, though. Not a bad place for the most part, but every place has got its, stuffs. What's going on, Neil's Darts? So Neil's, hopefully next week you can make this show. We are trying to work on that one. We're going to probably bump the show next week, maybe Thursday, Neil's, to 8 o'clock instead of 7 a.m. And we'll get Neil's on because that's a good time for him. And we'll bring in, a brother from across the ocean there on the other side of the pond and talk some darts with him. And of course, he's got a YouTube channel. He's doing some reviews. And I've got a set of darts on my way to him so he can check out the Atomic Darts barrels, which are live. So if you guys go over to atomicdarts.com, you can pick yourself up a set of the B52s, which is a limited edition 21-gram steel tip. They're limited till I bring some more in. The soft tip should be coming in sometime. So there'll be a soft tip version of the B52. And here's a funny thing with you guys. Again, I'm trying to hope that Sharon's going to bump in here real quick. If not, we'll bring Sharon on next week or maybe tomorrow morning. But we might just talk darts for a little bit, guys. But with the B52, here's a funny thing with that. I posted it on Facebook, and Facebook... I went to share it or something, and they got all pissy with me because it said B52, and it was the bomber. The B52 bomber was in my comment. Hey, now available from Atomic Darts, the B52 bomber barrel limited edition, something like that. And they basically wouldn't let me share the post, and of course they won't let me monetize the post, to put it out there because it says B52 bomber. Can someone explain to me what that has to do with anything? But Facebook was like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, really? What if I was talking about history? Those things were used in history. But I guess history is censored too. But again, we're not getting into a political deal. You have to reban it if you sell in Japan. Ouch. That one's... but we're getting rid of all history, Bob, so it won't really matter anymore. But wow, that's a good one, Bob. I like that. Have to rebrand it. Yeah, I'm not sure what to. And of course, my tagline is helping you nuke the competition. So yeah, I don't think I'll have a Japanese version of that barrel ever. So. All right. Since we're talking darts, just so you guys know, I have finished my review on the Kyle Anderson, all 3 barrels. And so those reviews are in edit right now. And so they should be dropping bing, bing, bing. You guys get to look at all 3 barrels. And with one of them, I actually live on darts. And here's the funny thing when I do those reviews, I typically haven't thrown darts that day, much if at all. So I normally throw them right out of the box cold. And that's part of my problem as to why I suck during those videos. But I did crush a 180 with one of the designs that came over for the Kyle Anderson. So there are 3 of them. And there's really just 2 barrels. One being the one that Kyle uses to play with. And then they did another version that's the 80%. That's the same barrel shape. It's just an 80% tungsten. And to be honest, I like the look of it a little bit better, but that's a personal thing. And then they did another one that's really more of a straight barrel, not front weighted. But I was able to get a 180 on camera why doing a review and it wasn't faked. I know that some people out there like to do them and they kind of fake them out. I try and do my stuff 100% correct. I would do it live like this right now if I could figure out how to get all the cameras to work. Okay, if I could afford to buy all those kind of cameras, but one day. Let me check here again. Checking with Sharon. I don't think we're going to get Sharon on today. And even if she jumped on right now, I need more time because we got a lot of stuff to talk to. So let's look to see have Sharon come on next week. I'll talk to her and see if she can jump on for Tuesday next week because I'm really excited. I got questions to ask her, things to talk about. They've got some exciting stuff over at Galaxy. So she is part owner in Galaxy Barrel Designs. And so she's got that. Oh, we're supposed to do that today too. I got to look that up real quick. While we're talking, I'll look this up. So she is part owner of that. So we're going to talk about what Galaxy designs. She works with Dart Broker, which is another supplier of darts. And she was going to show some specials that they've got going on and talk a little bit about that. So hopefully we can do that on Tuesday. Because of course, guys, remember Christmas is around the corner. And with shipping, you really need to be thinking about that right now. If you're planning on... Where is this? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to look for something. But if you're planning on buying stuff for people for Christmas, you really need to jump on that one in regards to buying stuff. And thinking about Christmas, I want to bring this up again, guys. If you haven't seen it, haven't heard about it, if you haven't been watching the show, Michael Holdman, one of the Bombardiers, that's what we call our super fans, his son is helping out veterans. And of course, we just had Veterans Day, but he's helping out veterans by supplying them with goods that they need. Coffee pots, towels, just the basic supplies as a human being you need when you get a new apartment. So they're helping veterans that are homeless get a place to stay, but then they move in and they don't have anything other than maybe a bed, maybe a couch type of thing. So if you go to Michael Holdman's page, or if you look at any of my past videos, the last 3 or so, you're going to see a link where you can go buy something and help out. But I said I was going to do a drawing on the 10th, which I did, and there's going to be a bunch of cool stuff that this person was going to win, which is going to be a set of the Atomic Darts barrels, which again are live on atomicdarts.com, the B-52s, as well as some other cool barrels and darts and stuff there. And Sharon and I were going to do this and pull the name. I pretty much had, anyway, we were going to share this name together and kind of do this. But, so I'm going to do it right now. Jason Ives. You were the name that we pulled. You are the winner. So hopefully you're watching, but I'll DM you here later today. But you are the winner of all the cool stuff. He bought a coffee pot. For the veterans that needed it. So Jason Ives, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody else. And literally, guys, keep doing it. DM me if you bought something for them and let me know. I'll send out a sticker flight packet to those that have done this. And if you've done it, if you did in the last couple of weeks when I've been talking about this, go ahead and DM me again and give me your address and I will drop a sticker flight packet in the mail to you and you get a couple cool stickers and flights. Sorry, I was reading something. Yes, Roy, I just saw that Tony Alcinas has an 80 and 90% tungsten as well. Actually just got his barrels from SHOT. I know they've been out for like a year, but they just sent me a set to review. Sharon needs Phil the Power Taylor. That's a good one, Bob. So they're in the queue to review, but I've got the Kyle Andersons. We're doing the Larry, the Eagle. His barrels are in queue. And then I've got a couple other things. I did get this from Viper. They sent me this to check out. So show that to you guys. Look for a review on this guy. It's a soft tip electronic board. It doesn't connect to the web or anything as far as I know. It's just a really cool soft tip board for those that are looking to get into maybe playing soft tip and don't have a couple $100 to drop. So pretty cool. Speaking of which, I said I was going to do a review against the Grand Board and the Nexus, and so that is partially been shot. I got to finish shooting it. It's fun when you have to shoot around kids and their schedules, but that should be coming up. The Red Samurai, yes, Roy, they are pretty sweet looking barrels, but I should have that review of the differences between the Grand Board and the Nexus because, and I was asked this yesterday. During a league, I played a gentleman, and he was picking up a Grand Board but had questions, and so some of the differences. I don't. Oh wait, did I get a ding from Sharon? Okay, so looks like Sharon we are going to push off till next Tuesday for Sharon. She apologizes profusely that she wasn't able to make it today because she had some cool stuff to share. Scott Carter, your shopping's all done. Did you buy some atomic darts barrels for a friend? No, I'm joking. But I'm not joking. But Sharon said, she just texted me and said, hey, sorry, just not working. So next Tuesday, make it happen. She's bummed because she has some cool stuff. And I think she did her hair for us. She said something about doing her hair and she was going to be all prepped. We can talk trash about her right now, though, because I don't think she's watching it because she doesn't have power. I'm joking. Nobody start talking trash. That's just a joke. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about the Grand Board and Nexus. Let's have that conversation. Those out there that are soft tippers are thinking about getting a soft tip board. We're going to do that, and then I'm just trying to see who's playing right now. DeSwan and Lowe. What round are we in? We're still in the first round, so there's still a lot of darts to be played. If you head over to pdc.tv to watch, I have it right over there playing. So, but differences between the boards. There's pros and cons to both boards. Lucas says that the Nexus is built better. I'm going to say they're comparable with the Nexus. I like the way it hangs on the wall a little bit better. Just it tends to me be a little bit more tight against the wall. I don't know, and maybe I just don't have the Grand Board. I had it hung through the 3 screw holes and stuff, and it just didn't seem to fit right. So I think I now have it just through the center, like the little puck holder on there. I don't remember. I hung it a while ago. And then I put wedges in between it to kind of make it really sturdy. And it's funny, it's the wedges I got from the 180 light that I'm using. So, anyway, the big difference between, I think they're kind of built very similar. I have had no problems. I have the Grand 2. It's in Dylan's room. It gets hit a ton. Like, he throws darts at that thing a ton. And none of the segments are burnt out. No issues with that thing. And then I've had the 3 for a year plus, and we use it a ton as well, and no issues. Now, I did get the Nexus, which is behind me, about a month ago or so, and we've been using that almost exclusively. It's fun. It's got a nicer thud when the darts hit it than I think the Grand Board. The Grand Board kind of is like a ping. It's not so much that solid thud. It's like a ping. There you go. That's the way to describe them. But with the Nexus, of course, it has the screen and the camera built in. That's a huge plus on it. The app, though, is not as fun as the Grand Board. The Grand Board has a lot more games, a lot more, usability within the app, and being able to set up how you want to play and where you want to do games, and just the practice levels in there. I like the animal battles a ton on there. They're just more interactive than playing the computer on the Nexus. So from that perspective, I really like the Grand Board better, and it just seems to be that there's more Grand Boards out there. The Nexus has a pretty good lineup of people you can play from around the world, but the Grand Board, being here first and really dominating. There was another electronic board that came before the Grand Board, Darts, not Dart Connect. That's that app that we use when you're playing steel tip and stuff. But there was one called Darts Connect. And I don't even think they're still around. I have no idea. I haven't looked for them. But they had a board that was kind of the first one that used an app, and then Grand Board came around and it just dominated. The thing I don't like about the Grand Board versus the Nexus is from a lighting perspective, and I probably should have showed this when I did the 180 light, but I noticed it afterwards. The Grand Board, think of it as if it had rolled wire, doing the segments, versus the new boards where the wire is shot in to the board. That is the Nexus. So the Grand Board has like what would be rolled wire. So there is actually a lip around each segment. You get shadowing from that if you use a top light. It's minor, but there is a little bit of shadowing that can come about from that. They are making ring lights now. If you check out Roy over at Bullseyes and Brewskis, he did a review on one of their lights that fits the Grand Board. But that's kind of one of the downsides with it, is that little raised area. It kind of reminds me of wire on a steel tip board. And then the Nexus, I'm going to go out of focus here, but when you touch this, it's totally flat. Oh, I didn't go totally out of focus. That's cool. Nice camera. So it doesn't have that round wire type feel or look. So it's just flat. That to me is a plus. The downside over here again is going to be there's just not as much functionality with the program or the app, but I do like the tablet situation. The other thing with the Nexus that I haven't figured out how to do, and maybe someone knows how to do this. Yes, the spider's high profile on the Grand Board. Thanks, Bullseyes and Brewskis. I couldn't remember calling that the right thing. But the one thing with the Nexus that I haven't figured out to do, and I need to look and see if there is something that allows for this, but like connecting, like with the Grand Board, I can connect it to my tablet, and then I can share that screen doing OBS or Streamlabs OBS, one of those particular programs, and do the live stuff. That's what Dylan and I have done in the past when we were using that board and doing that. I can't figure out how to do that with the Nexus. There's no way that I have found to connect it so that I can stream that in any way. And maybe it's just I need to YouTube. I need to go on YouTube and figure that out. So I haven't figured that out. Now, I do have one of those super cool cabinets coming. I'm hoping before Christmas. I'm hoping to get it before Christmas. And I don't. It's from Boom Darts. Let me show this to you guys. Let me do it over here. This is like super cool. I ordered one of these, and I think they've got the connectivity to do it. So I'm hoping to make this happen. Show you this video. This thing's cool. Take this over here, and we'll share it. But if anybody knows how to do that, yes, Lucas, the three-way cabinet is what I'm making happen so that I can review it for you guys, so that you guys can see this thing in actual functional work. But check this thing out, guys. This is essentially, I ordered one of these last week. So that is it. Hopefully, I kept it under 30 seconds. Last time I showed this, I got a mark on YouTube because of the audio that's in there. But you can, if you show a certain, you don't show the whole. There's a time limit that you can do and not get in trouble. So anyway, yes, I did get one of those cabinets. Yes, it is, Bob. Bob, it is dartboard porn. This thing is sweet. It'll hold all three dartboards. I'm curious what the depth is going to be here, but it holds all three dartboards. They connect up to the tablet that's installed. There's a drawer, there's speakers, there's cameras. So there's going to be multiple camera angles with it. I got the full like platinum package. There's going to be some graphics on there, but it's awesome. It'll hold all three of my boards, and it'll give me some more room to add more Funko Pops. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one area where I can hang boards and show you guys, do reviews on boards like this 850 from Viper and some of the other boards that are out there, and include doing board reviews, because I really don't have a place to hang them unless I take them into the dining room. And hopefully Cindy's not watching. She doesn't know that behind this big picture we have, there's holes in the wall where I have hung dartboards before. Like this 850, I've got to review that, and I've got no real space in here to do that without taking another board down. So I'm going to take it in there and take that picture down and put some more holes in the wall and hang this board and do a review. I just need to get her out of the house long enough to do that. And like today or tomorrow, she's going to be doing some stuff, and I'm working from home. So I should be able to pull that off. What do you guys think? Anyway, so I'm excited to have that cabinet and be able to do that. Hey, I got a message from Sharon. She's not happy right now. She is not happy with her. If you work for the electric company anywhere, ever, run, because Sharon's coming for you. Yeah, so she's not. If you guys haven't met Sharon or chatted with Sharon online, she's a blast. She's a wealth of darts knowledge and product knowledge for sure. But she's a blast to deal with. She will critique the hell out of my stuff, and she has no issue. And I don't mind it. I'll be very honest. I love it, because she'll be like, dude, you said that wrong, or what about this, or what about that? I'm like, oh, I screwed up. So Sharon does, she keeps me honest. Yes, Justin, that is correct. They are right around $2,000 if you get all the bells and whistles. Its shipping can be a pain in the butt. Shipping can run you about $250 to $400, depending on the shipping and where it's being shipped to. And of course, they're back east, and I'm in California. I almost thought about maybe I should fly out there and just drive it back, and I can stop and see friends and family on the way back. And I might still do that. That's still an option. We'll see what happens. And yeah, as you guys are talking about road trip, yeah, Bob, let's do it. As you guys are talking in here about this, the cabinets are pretty. They're machined, CNC machined, so they're spot on. So they're awesome. They do wall hanging cabinets where you just have one dartboard in there, and they're really cool. And they'll do custom graphics for you, which is completely, it's really nice vinyl that they're putting on these things. And of course, they have the single standing cabinet, so it's really not bad. So the shipping, I'm paying the shipping, so they're a nice deal. Selling that thing for, like, you can have one of those, or a 2020. No, Bob, they're not bad priced, man. So hey, and Bob, I didn't cheat yesterday in my league. So Bob is our league president, and of course I keep saying I'm going to have JD throw for me. He's going to do the face deal, and it's going to be my body. Well, no, we'll put my face on JD's body, and JD's going to throw for me. JD's a phenomenal darts player, and I keep joking that I'm going to have him throw for me, and I'll just retrieve the darts, because that's a way you can cheat in virtual darts when there's not a camera on the player. So I'm just going to we're going to do that face swap thing, if you guys have seen that in Facebook, and I'm going to put my face on JD, and JD will throw for me, and you guys will think it's me throwing, except for he's taller than me, but it'll look good. So anyway, I don't know, just having some fun today. Yeah, I wasn't overly prepared for this whole shenanigans, but hey, we can talk darts. Yes, he's been posting the face swap videos. There's an app out there that you can do where you face swap yourself. You can pay to have the watermark removed or do it for free. But anyway, it's on Facebook. All right. Let's see other cool darts stuff. Hey guys, don't forget to check out A to Z Darts for Christmas specials. They got a lot of cool stuff coming out, and billiard specials, because they do billiards as well. And then Dart Broker, they've got their specials hitting right now. So there's a couple places that you can go support some U.S. based places if you're here in the U.S. If you're in the U.K., you can support the U.S. based. I'm fine with that, but you can support the U.K. based source as well. I think keeping money, that's this is the thing for me. I like to spend locally where I live because it helps. I don't know that enough people think about that. I wish there was a dart store here locally that really carried a lot of stuff and catered to the darts community. And I say my retirement's going to be coffee and darts, and I'm going to open a coffee and darts bar, basically. And we're going to serve coffee and have fun and just this big open space to hang out. And there's going to be dart boards, soft tip and steel tip boards all over the place. We'll bring Phoenix dart boards here. We'll bring USA Darts Live boards here. We'll have Grand Board if they're still whatever they got going on. We'll do like the whole shebang. That's my functioning mental goal, is to open up like a 5,000 or 6,000 square foot coffee shop that has dart boards all over the place where people can come and we can play tournaments and do that. That is something I want to do, kind of make it a destination place for darts players to come hang out in sunny Southern California and enjoy stuff. So we will see, unless our government shuts everything down and we're all stuck in our closets for the next 10 years. But we'll see what happens with that. I haven't done the PDC TV pass. It's like a 1-day pass or something for $5. It just doesn't make sense when for $80 you get the year. I mean, I literally have the summer series going on right now. We constantly have darts going, and so Sharon just hit me up again. She said she's still in the dark. I can't wait till Tuesday to have some fun with that one. So Sharon's still in the dark, and basically they said it's going to be a few hours before they get someone to fix stuff. So I don't know. Is it snowing in Ohio? I have no clue. It's never here, so I don't know what happens to the rest of the world. Hey, what's going on, Matthew Austin? Well, how you doing? How are things on the other side of the pond? Hope she doesn't watch this. I hope she doesn't watch it either, Scott. But we're gonna have some fun on Tuesday. You guys need to come in with some seriously good questions Tuesday for Sharon. You guys, that's your homework. Those, all of you that are watching need to come up with some cool questions for Sharon. If you did not know, she is the spouse, the wife, the better half of Larry Butler, the Eagle, one of the most, I was going to say decorated USA darts players, but I mean, he has certainly won his fair share of tournaments and is the only U.S. player to win a PDC tournament major. So they've been around doing this for quite a while. She works with Galaxy as far as manufacturing barrels, so we can talk about that with her. So if you've got barrel questions, let's just throw them at her. She may not be able to answer everything, but let's come up with some questions for her. And of course, she works with Dart Broker, which is a store supplier. So we can ask some questions that she's going to have some cool Christmas specials for us. And Matthew, I'm doing good. Just hanging out. Was supposed to have Sharon on, again, the wife of Larry Butler. And unfortunately, she had a power outage and is not able to make the deal work. So she's going to be on Tuesday. And then I think if Niels is good with next Thursday, Niels, let's try and set that up. We'll do 8 a.m. my time. So 8 a.m. next Thursday, and get that going. If you're still watching, I'll DM you. And then I need to get the guys from Soft Tip Central in as well, so you guys can learn more about what they've got going on. So hopefully the following week we can get them into the spot and learn a little bit more about what Soft Tip Central is doing, because there's Soft Tip Central US and UK and I think a couple other countries going on, so that we can learn what they've got going on. And they're doing like reviews as well, which is cool, and interviews. So they've been, I've seen some of their interviews coming in. So that should be cool right there. And And then I've got a couple other people in the list that I'm just working out to do some more reviews with. I'm trying to work on Wayne Martle. He's been doing reviews of late, and so I'm trying to get him to come on the show. I think that would be awesome to have Wayne Martle. He's moved over to Mission Darts. If you did not know, that's his new sponsor for his barrels. And so I think he's been doing the rounds trying to promote. So I'm going to see if I can get him to jump on, and that should be a hoot is a way to put it. It'll be a ton of fun because I'm a huge fan of his. And I think it'd just be a blast to have him, of course, come in and rip us Americans on how we play darts. And I'll just give him just the stage to do that. So that should be pretty cool. So we'll see if that happens. Yeah, Justin, let's talk and schedule it out. I'd love to have you guys on so you guys can talk more about what you guys are doing over there with the soft tip. And Roy from Bullseyes and Brewskis loves your channel. And not a lot of soft tip, Scott. It's funny. It's there. It's just hiding. It's in hiding. But it's like here in Southern California, which used to have a ton of darts. As I'm learning, as I'm digging into the history of stuff, there is a ton of darts history here that has just gone away. And there's just not a lot of places to play. But we need to bring that back. We've got a great military presence here, so you would think a lot of these guys would be into the darts situation from being over in the UK, in that area of the world where there's a lot more of a darts prevalence. So hopefully that'll happen. The other thing I'm working on, I'll give you guys a quick clip of this. I've got to get this back to my editor this week. Look, this is a book. There's more to it than this, but this is the part I'm editing right now. And it is called The Gospel of Darts. According to Matthew is what I think we're going to do, because my name being Matthew, I think we're going to do it The Gospel of Darts according to Matthew. Total play on that. But it should be, I think you guys are going to like it. We start off with some history parts. We go into the basics of darts as well. So those that are new to darts will get it. We talk about some of the games that are out there, like Around the World, Bad Minutes, and then different tools and things that can be that can help. And then we've got some of the saints that we're going to talk about. And we may expand this because I used a lot more players that people might know today in here, like Michael Smith and Rob Cross and some of these others. And there are some of the older school guys in there, but we're calling them the Saints of Darts and so forth. It's a heretical book by all means, but it should be fun. That's there. And then the social media version, which they'll be touched on in this book, the social media version's coming out. I need to talk to the Bearded Dart guy, to Jason, because a big part of that is going to be the streaming piece that has come up this year. So hopefully we'll get all that put together, and that's stuff. I'm hoping this book will be available by Christmas, so that it'll be done this month. And then the social media one, which we're writing in conjunction with this, that's part of this book. That'll hopefully be like a New Year's release type of thing going into that. Speaking of which, my blue jersey, I know I've been wearing my older jersey. The blue jersey is on its way to me, so I should have the new blue jersey. It got hung up, and that was really my fault, not Magicwear's fault. But we're working on first quarter's design now. We kind of were late in the mix on that. That was my fault. I'm trying to come up with some design element ideas to do for Q1 for next year, especially it's 2021, 2020's behind us. I want to play off of that. So if anybody's got any cool ideas of potential graphic design elements for the jersey, that would be cool. This has like the little coffee beans in it. I kind of might want to keep that or whatever. Maybe it's a coffee cup. I don't know. But it's going to be different for that one. So, but the blue one I should have soon, so you guys can see that live. There have been a couple orders from it, and those are in production, and they should be out to you guys hopefully next week or so forth. Can we get on the chat with Wayne? I think that's what that image is. Yeah, it's a cricket. Yes, we will talk cricket with Wayne if I can get him on, because he has a huge love for Mickey Mouse or cricket. He thinks we're idiots for playing it. So yeah, we will have some fun with that. So yeah, I'm really hoping to get, if anybody can help me connect with Wayne, that'd be awesome. He apologized. We I shot him an email. This is months ago. I ordered his darts card image. I paid for it, ordered it. I've never received it. I'm hoping I'm hoping that darts card, because like it was the only one I could get to ship here. That's been the biggest issue, is getting them to ship them. But I know that's one of the other things Sharon hopefully is going to talk about, because I think they're going to be a supplier of the darts card, which are just cool big baseball cards of darts players. Larry Butler happens to have one, but my kids are dying for them. They want to cover their walls in them. There's a couple players I would like to have theirs. And there were some signed versions that I really wanted to get my hands on, but some stuff they're not shipping, or then you go to get it and they're shipping it and it's 3 times the cost of the card. And I'm like, what? Huh? That doesn't make sense. So anyway, hopefully, that'll happen, and we can talk more about that with her. But yeah, I'd love to. Wayne would be. That for me would be like having. It's almost like having Snakebite on, or MVG on the show. He is one of the top tier people I would love to have on this show, just because I think it would be a blast. I could let loose a little bit. You guys would probably see a slightly different side of me. I normally drop 1 or 2 snarky, comical remarks in here, but that's my true personality. I'm much like Wayne in reality. And so I think it'll be fun. We'll be able to play off each other. I will do some massive research that I'll take 2 or 3 days off just to research the heck out for that one, so that I'm not getting tore up, because he's a wealth of knowledge. and I'd love it. I'd love to just, he could probably just tag me to the wall, and I'd be all for it. It'd be fun. All right, guys. Yeah, I did see that Soft Tip Central just interviewed Wayne. Yes, Justin. Talk with Daniel Booth. Okay. I will reach out to Daniel, because I think that'd be awesome just to have him over here to this side of the pond for the conversation type piece. I think it would be awesome. I think it'd be great for darts. I think it'd be great for darts here in the U.S. To have some of those conversations going on, and for those over in the UK to see what we're doing, because I think we would grab some viewership in that regards, and people could see what we're doing over here. And yeah, we'll have the cricket conversation. I'm already envisioning having little crickets show up on screen. I might go it's cricket season, so I might go collect some crickets and just have them out. And Jiminy might, I'll get a cricket. I don't know. We're going to have some fun with that. So, all right, guys. Hey, it is that time of the day where we land the plane. It's been fun just hanging out and chatting. Sorry again that Sharon wasn't able to make it, but Tuesday, look for Sharon to be on here, and Niels. Let's look at trying to land this thing for Thursday next week. It would be 8 a.m. my time, so I think that's 4 o'clock your time over where you're at. So I think that'd be great. Use the cricket soundbite. Ready? Yes, I will have a cricket soundbite. I'm gonna have to change programs, because I have a Stream Deck that does all kinds of sounds and does all kinds of fun things. Maybe I'll have it on my phone. That's what I'll do. I love this program that does this, but it doesn't connect with that and allow me to do all the fun stuff. There is another program out there. It's $1,200 for the good version of it, which would allow me to do a lot of cool stuff. And I keep debating on whether or not I want to buy it or not. And it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve, guys, to figure out how to make that thing function. This thing is just so sweet. This program, StreamYard, which I use, it's just designed for this type of stuff. They just don't have this ability yet to add in. I've got a program that I've done for fun stuff where I just change my voice and there's background sounds, and it's really cool. But we're going to get there. We're going to get our production value up this next year. That's the big push for me, is to step this up and get really good graphics in the screen. And I may try and get someone that from a distance can help me do this whole thing where they can be pushing buttons and make it fun and more of a show. So guys, thanks for hanging out and watching today. I know it was kind of just more of a sit around the fire and chat type of thing. And yes, you guys, let's get Wayne on the show, just because I think it would be a blast for everybody to have that. We can talk darts. We can talk his darts. And of course we can talk cricket with him. So I think it'll be a blast. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out and watching today. I'm going to sign off and go hang out with kids. Same bat time, same bat channel. Yes, Lucas, next Tuesday. And Sharon will be on. I'm going to change the bumper to episode 61. She had episode 60 in the books, but that's okay. She'll get episode 61. So look for Sharon to be on next Tuesday. And then next Thursday, Neil's, we're going to have Neil's Darts on, and we're going to talk doing YouTube reviews and talk darts with a real dartsman from the other side of the pond. So that'll be great. That'll be fun. See you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the darts. And see you guys next Tuesday. Enjoy the weekend. See you guys. Thanks.